Welcome everybody to BBC Radio Surrey's match day coverage of Woking Football Club back in the National League. Today they're at home at their Laithwaite Community Stadium. They host Southend United. Their visitors, that's just in front of me, Darren Sarll claps the fans, claps his players as they get warmed up for this match today. Not the best of long kicks forward, but it's fallen into the centre. It's met in the middle, it's fallen to Parrick Hammond. Down to Denan Lewis now. He's got a little bit of space on the right hand side. He's charging forward, the number 11 for Woking. Can he get across into the box? He can. It's swung into the middle, headed towards goal, but Parrick Hammond has put it too far wide to trouble the goalkeeper. Injuries in particular, something that Woking have struggled with this season, I'm sure we'll get onto as Bridge comes down to this left hand wing for Southend. He's got Dan Moss squaring him up. What can Dan Moss do? Can he protect this attack? He's pulled it back to Hussin. Hussin for Southend. Now into the centre. Miley's on the ball outside the box. He goes for the shot and he drags it way too wide. Out for a simple goal kick to Woking. One arm up for Habigham. What can he do here? Nice delivery. Into the back post. It's met there with a header from Taylor. It's high and far too much air on that shot, Ian. What can they do from this throw in? They've got really no short options at all apart from one. Plenty of numbers in the box. The ball is thrown short in the end. Can a cross be flown in? No, a pass has gone forward instead, and it's flicked onto the right wing. It's crossed into the box. Cardwell's there with a header, and he's headed it into the bottom left corner. It's heartbreak for Woking again. The visitors lead. Cardwell with his 11th goal of the season, and in the end, Ian, that seemed like a simple header. Didn't really look like too many Woking players were challenging him for that.
No, it was a simple header, and it was ball down the right, ball coming in. I don't know who was meant to be marking Harry Cardwell.
What's on the ball? He's got Akinola trying to make that run in behind. Denan Lewis interchanging. Denan Lewis picks up the ball. He's still on it. Nice skill from him. Gets a ball into the box, but his head is clear. Ronins is on the edge. He shoots towards goal, but it's fumbled far too high and over the bar. Away shouts from the away visitors.
A good defensive midfielder, but also chipped in with quite a few key goals last year.
As Woking look to take the long throw, and they've got plenty of options in the box, one of them being Ince. It's flicked on, it's fumbling around in the Southend area. It's flicked on again by Ince, but it's past the post, and it will go out for a goal kick to Southend. Plenty of players in and around that action.
Yeah, appeals for handball, but didn't look totally convincing, the appeals for handball, I must admit, but 2 or 3 players yelled for that. Referee wasn't interested. Goal kick Southend.
Woking trying to work their offside trap perhaps as the ball comes in. It's headed clear. Bridge will pick it back up for Southend on the left wing. Cuthbert will need to work this nicely. Bridge cuts inside. Could he get a shot away? He's on the edge of the box with a couple of space, and it's flicked in. Another shot towards goal, but it clattered over the crossbar in the end. A huge chance for Southend that kind of came out of nowhere.
Very good chance. It was Bridge, who I've been impressed with. Broke in from the left. Bit of a live wire wide on the left, and then
Woking. They're coming forward with Dimitru now. Dimitru down to Hussin. Hussin dummies the cross, still on the ball. Nice step over, a pass into Bridge. Ronins can't make it, and Dimitru's done his man. Akinola can't get there. Ball towards the back stick. It's headed back into the middle. Jääskeläinen will have to get there. He flicks it over the bar excellently in the end. A massive, massive moment for Woking to keep this deficit as low as possible. Looking to take the spot, and he has done. There's a long ball forward down this right hand side. Scott Morris will try and chase it, but it's headed away by Taylor. Hammond plays it into the middle, a venomous ball towards Lewis. Can Lewis get on the end of it? His flicks past his own goalkeeper. Lewis with a strike towards goal, but he's placed it high and wide over the goal. A clear opportunity to equalise very early on in this second half.
Yeah, good quick ball forward there from Hammond, and Lewis was on the end of it, and the Southend defender and keeper got mixed up, and Lewis, he was pushed quite wide. It would have been a very wide, would have been a very tight shot to get in, but an early opportunity there for Woking in the second half, with Rhys Gregor Cox coming on to replace Alfie Pavey.
Bridges on the ball. He's plays it onto Hussin. Woking not able to take advantage of that counter attack there. Hussin on the ball for Southend. He's skipped past one, now 2, into Bridge. He's found himself into the edge of the box. It's on the edge for Southend. Got a little bit of space, can he get the shot off? It's blocked by the Woking man, and then it's dribbled out to Williams, and Jääskeläinen will pick it up. Well defended in the end by Woking. Could have been a strong chance. Ronins headers clear. Scott Morris is there to meet him. He plays it inside to his man. Scott Morris with the overlap. Can he get a ball into the box? He has done. It's low, and it's driven out in the end by Dan Moss. Almost seemed like he's directing it towards his own goal. Their most notable moment came earlier on, well, about a minute from play restarting as a head comes in. It's a second goal for Southend. They've taken the corner. Will Jääskeläinen can't get his hand in the header from Harry Cardwell. It's directed into the top left corner. And it's heartbreak for Woking once more. Southend have their second goal. Just as I was about to tell you about the highlight for Woking so far, it's gotten even worse for the home side. A second goal for the visitors. Too heavy from Jääskeläinen, and it's through to Nick Hayes. Scott Morris was the man who got that final touch for Southend for that second goal. Not the moment that Woking wanted early on in this second period. But it's Southend at a 3-1 goal now. 1-1 Jääskeläinen. Offside flag is up. He has converted. Southend fans are cheering. It will be offside.
But
Jack Wood.
Narrow margins indeed.
Plenty of options in the box. Cuthbert is in and around the goalkeeper. It's thrown in. Cuthbert will try and reach it. It's headed towards the edge of the box though from Southend. Dan Moss on the edge of the box with a straight towards goal. Not quite arrowing into the top right corner like he would have hoped. Scott Morris urging for more options from his side. He's thrown it on towards the byline. Back to Scott Morris. Gets the ball in towards the back stick. Carlu's there and it's over the bar. Woking managed to keep the deficit down for now. To be a long throw from Habigam. Habigam flicks it in, not quite good enough. Cuthbert can't get that. Ammon towards goal. It flicks up and high though. Where's it going? And it's out for another corner. Arrow towards goal by Ammon. Wasn't quite powerful enough with the header though. He's not going for him though. He's got Ince in the box. Cuthbert in there too. It's towards Cuthbert. He tries to flick it on and the strike comes in towards goal. Not powerful enough. Lewis is on the edge now. Lewis flicks it in towards the centre. Flicks on again. Calls for handball. Big calls. The referee ignores it though. Lewis into Williams. There's a cross coming in for Woking. The Woking players are sure to hit a Southend hand. Wise as Habigam picks up the ball for Woking. He's in the centre of his defence. He flicks it back to Will Jääskeläinen and he plays it into Dan Moss. Moss. Ball forward, it's poor. Bridge picks up the ball. Southend could hurt Woking here. Bridge driving forward, flicks it out to Hussein. Hussein with the ball in the box and it's hit the side netting out for a corner kick. A dinked ball into Rhys Gregor Cox's hands all over him, but he's done well to get a hold of things. And Taylor's come in with a nice challenge, and that's been flicked past O'Connell. Southend have the ball now with Hunis.
But what we can see there, I mean, Rowan's got, you know, Rhys Gregor Cox did his best, but it was just.
As Carlu comes down the left wing, a ball played into the box, and it's Jääskeläinen's head flicks back out, Bridge strikes, and it's deflects it out for a corner for Southend. Did that strike come straight off Jääskeläinen's face? That is what it seemed like. The ball came straight across the box. Then Cardwell comes in with the shot, and it's just clattered Jääskeläinen straight in the face.
Yeah, I think it caught a leg and rebounded up into Jääskeläinen.
Only to Miley though. Lewis carries on going. The referee waves his head at the possibility of a foul. It's still Denan Lewis. A challenge comes in from Miley. Fair according to the referee though. Hunis has the ball for Southend. He's found Bridge. He's in a lot of space. He's through now. Can he get a pass across? And Cuthbert's dealt with it excellently. Jääskeläinen picks up the mess. Williams free down the left-hand side. He's up to Southend. Certainly, they've had a strong defence throughout the whole game, but now it seems that they are sitting back a little bit more than they have been. Williams gets it to Patrick Ammon. The ball comes in. Can Gregor Cox gets there? No. It's fallen back down. Williams strikes and he's just got to step over the left post. A huge chance for the 18-year-old. You almost think, how on earth did he miss that? It fell so nicely for him. So much space inside the box. Goes with the left-footed volley, but he's glanced it past that left post.
Yeah, and he hits it very cleanly, but as you say, just past the post. And what a debut that would be.
Just down these last 10 minutes. He plays it into Ince, now to Ammons. And Dan Moss picks up the ball, driving forward, a shot towards goal, and it's Nick Hayes that saves it. That shot came out of nowhere, strike from long range, and he's parried it out for a corner for Woking.
Well, maybe Dan Moss is developing a shooting side to his game. That was a good shot.
It's two this game, Ian.
Very powerful, and I can imagine it's fueled by a little bit of frustration and anger as well.
Habigam will take. Hammond on the ball now. And it's full time. The final score at National Community Stadium. Woking 0, Southend United 0. The opener came from Harry Cartwell, the prolific